Yo, what is going on, guys? This is the Poke Technician back here bringing you another video. Today we are taking a look at the Squirtle Squad Premier League, our draft league that we've been playing in, and we're going to be doing a mid-season review of all the teams that we power ranked, looking at how they've been playing so far, and just kind of doing an update on what we think of how they handle their games and everything so far, as well as trades and transactions to some degree. I'm joined here by Neil of Neil Patel VGC, right?
Yeah, Neil VGC.
Neil VGC, right. Awesome. Really great player, double format player, and he's going to provide some really good insights today, I think.
Okay, let's start off with looking through all the teams and see how they have done. First team we'll be looking at are the Mighty Psyducks.
Yeah, Mighty Psyducks are coached by Bam, one of the most vocal members of the league, obviously.
Bam's got some interesting memes.
Always. The whole PTG crew does, but... So Neil, give me some thoughts about what you think about Bam is doing so far this season, how successful he's been, and why that successfulness exists.
First of all, Bam plays well. He's 5-0. He's been doing really well. The thing about offense and draft that I didn't realize before is if you tailor your offense to take advantage of specific defensive Pokemon on the opponent's side, then you can do really well in draft. The best example I've seen of this is when you guys haven't seen this game, but if you want to watch Darius versus Scott, every time Scott brought in Skarmory, Darius brought in Charizard Y, and it basically picked up a kill every time. So stuff like that. And then Bam's also been pretty good with sweeping. And yeah, overall just really good season so far, 5-0. We did rate him pretty low, but I think his team's a lot better than that, and also he's been playing well, so yeah.
He's been taking advantage of some trades and transactions too, but I think that, yes, as much as you want to say his team is lower ranked, as a player, Bam has definitely shown that if you can position your offensive pieces at the right time, you can definitely get those sweeps.
Yeah,
You're seeing
oh, sorry.
No, you're fine. Go ahead, buddy.
He's also been like using his offense like to position against the opponent's defense really well. So
yeah, that's exactly what I'm thinking as well. It's interesting to see here Alakazam sitting at no kills, but he's only brought it 2 weeks. I'm surprised to see that. Meanwhile, you see Kartana. Kartana's been his key sweeper, I think, so far this season.
Yeah, Kart's been doing really well.
Really well. There's a lot of different sets you can do because you can go attack boosting, speed boosting, scarf band, all kinds of other items too, life orb, assault vest, etc. But
yeah, just overall good season.
I still, we were talking about this a little bit right before this video, but I still think his ability to gain initiative and his ability to U-turn, full switch, get that kind of advantage is short.
Yeah, it requires him to like make good hard switches, but he's been doing it so far, so.
Exactly. And he has the offensive power to hit things that are coming in if he predicts correctly. So I think that's what's really been giving him a good advantage this season so far. So, just for fun, if you had to re-rate his team, if you included the coaching ability this season, what would you call his team in terms of our previous tiers?
Probably A-A.
I would say straight A.
Yeah, he's 5-0, so he should give him A.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely. So let's move on here, I think. Take a look at Paul and the Ohio Oshawotts. So Bam is actually sitting at the 2 seed right now, I think.
Yeah, he's two seed with 5-0, and then Paul is 3-2 at the 4th seed, which is like right at the bottom of playoff contention.
Exactly. But what do you think of Paul's team and how it's performed so far?
It's a pretty solid team. I think it performed as we expected, maybe slightly better, but yeah. Paul's a good player, so.
I'm actually, do you remember where we originally placed this team? Somewhere in the B tiers, I think.
It was somewhere smack in the middle, a C plus B minus, something like that.
Yeah, something like that, I do believe. Paul, yeah, great player. I mock with him every week. That's who my main mock partner is right now, which is funny because as you'll see, we're sitting in the exact same spots in our divisions, basically.
Yeah, he's also been playing well too.
Yeah, I think so too. I think he had a really bad matchup versus Alex, who you'll see has been doing well as well. But if you look
Alex
at
has
his
been doing
team,
really well.
yeah, definitely. If you look at his team up and down, though, he has plenty of threats, some solid defensive mons, but I think the offense shines here, and it just depends on how he builds his team week by week.
Yeah, like he has to design his offense to like do really well, but if he does that, he'll do well.
I think, yeah, Zapdos has been really doing amazingly. I think it even had like a really, like I said, the first 2 weeks it looks like it had a really poor matchup. Oh no, the second 2 weeks,
Yeah,
second
like
and third
after that,
week.
it's been doing well.
Even before that, yeah, it just depends. That's exactly it. It just depends on matchups for him. So
Yeah, Zapdos is kind of mon that just hits everything, so you just have to get it in on time.
yeah, and it's like, what item are you bringing this week? Usually Scarf. It seems like a lot for him in
Yeah,
terms of
Scarf good, Choice Band good. You can
first
bring
band.
Agility Citrus.
You could bring Agility Citrus. You could bring a Life Orb if you outstead quite a few
Yeah,
things on the opponent's team.
Life
But
Orb's gonna get worn down pretty quick, but yeah, still pretty nice.
yeah, it just depends. But yeah, um, if you had to give him a mid-season update in terms of his grade, what would you think? Same spot mostly, or
I'd move him up to B. He's been doing well.
yeah, he picked up Frogadier. I do know. I
Yeah,
forget what
B
he
or
dropped
B
for it.
plus, one of the two.
Yeah, B or B plus. I'd probably put him in B.
Yeah.
But if we take a look now at Scott, who is the coach of the British Bruxish, um,
he is 1-4 at the moment.
not doing too hot. He's a really solid player too. The way he preps and plans.
Yeah, I think he's just been getting outclassed in some weeks.
I think for Scott, it reminds me a lot of Daniel Walker in our division. A really solid player, someone who plays draft a lot, but maybe gets nervous or just doesn't click the right moves in the heat of the moment.
I feel like not that. I feel like it's just his playstyle is being countered.
Yeah.
If you playstyle really prep style.
Prep style.
Yeah.
Yeah. I remember having a really good game against him last season in the DLC, of course. But if you look at his team, I think it is a little bit weaker this season versus when I played him. Make a Pidgey, it's nothing to laugh at, of course. But
Yeah.
What do you think?
I think he has a good team. He's just like sometimes it happens, right? It's only been 5 weeks. You can easily be 1-4.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that. It's a very competitive league. There's if there's a gimme in this league, there's very few gimmies in this league. So
yeah. His team is definitely good. It's just like hasn't performed yet.
Yeah, if you were able to tweak this team with the correct EVs and movesets, I think you could accomplish a lot. To be honest, for sure.
Because like the offense can really position itself well here.
Definitely, even things like Honchkrow, which people don't think about a lot. You know, you get that Moxie boost. Especially with something like Sucker Punch when you get down to the late game.
Yeah, and also Metagross is a good defensive mon. I like never realized until Darius used it.
Yeah, absolutely. You have to be a little funky with it because it doesn't get any reliable recovery or anything like that. Yeah. But
you just have to like play it super well, but it is good.
Yeah.
Like I think Darius used it as a Lele switch in, so.
A Lele switch in, and that makes perfect sense because there's nothing that's going to hit it super effectively.
I mean, Shadow Ball is spec. Shadow Ball should 2-shot, but still.
Could, but what was it?
Have to make good plays.
Does depend on the item. What was the item? Do you know?
I don't remember, but like, I think Scott went for like Psychic or something, and then Darius got free rocks up.
Yeah. There you go. Yeah, I think this team looks good.
Yeah.
What would you? So if you had to re-rate this team, I would think this would be one that sits in like C.
Really, I would be like B minus C plus. It's a good team, just hasn't performed well.
Good team. I see Linoon and Haunter sitting here. You know, just and Tauros. I mean, it sounds good, but it's almost dead weight. You know, so it makes it a lot easier to plan for.
That's true, but like Haunter's good. I think if it gets nasty plot.
I mean, it can nasty plot, but it's just not fast enough versus a lot of megas to take advantage of it, I think.
True, but it's fine. I
Yeah,
think B
nothing bad.
minus C plus should be good.
I think we
It's
can
just
put it
good
at
team.
at a C, at a fair C or something like that. But
Yeah.
yeah,
Let's move on to Brooke.
for sure. Brooke, poor Brooke.
What's happened to her? Oh, let's see. Actually, I need to check the. Oh,
I'm
Brooke
pretty
has also
sure
won a
she
game.
hasn't. Oh, she has won. She did win one. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Okay. Week 2, she won that game. Yes.
It's
Oh
also. I think
yeah.
it's the same problem here. Pretty good team just hasn't been performing well.
Yeah. I think you see things. I think it was one of the earlier weeks when she was going for nasty plot Zoro arc and decided to use Sucker Punch.
That was disappointing.
Yeah, I think that was week 1 or something. Week
Yeah.
2, her Wigglytuff performed really well. Week 2, I really admired that
Yeah.
that set from the Wigglytuff. However, yeah, I mean the team looks strong. It really does on paper to me.
Yeah, and it should be strong in reality too, right? Because you can bring in Rose Raid, put on a lot of pressure, and then start stacking spikes. Gallade can come in, put on a lot of pressure. Corviknight's a very good defensive mon. Primarina's pretty good in both ends. Vikavolt is a pretty good defensive and offensive mon. Swellow is like very aggressive. Garchomp's good in all aspects, and then yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Like the team is good, it just hasn't been performing well. I think one advice I would give is play more aggressive with the team.
Yeah, I think this team is something that could take advantage of setup. You know what I mean? Like Swords Dance Glade, Bulk Up or Iron Defense Corviknight, Calm Mind Primarina. You've got Rose Raid who can stack
Yeah.
spikes, Sleep Powder, all kinds
Or
of
even
crazy
just
stuff.
raw damage like Specs Primarina, like Life Orb Roserade, like
Mm-hmm.
Spikes Synthesis 2 attacks, that kind of stuff.
Yeah. I think it's all about taking advantage of your switches, but yeah, I just think the battles have not been going in her favor. She's not really been maybe honed in, or
Yeah, for sure.
you know, yeah, I'm glad she's got a win. That's awesome because I did watch that game. I watched the game she won, and that was actually a really well played game. So
yeah, that's good.
what would you rate her now if you had to reassess?
Probably B minus C plus just because of the performance.
Yeah, I'd go with probably about a flat C myself. I think.
Yeah, that's reasonable.
Anyhow, let's take a look at Anders and his SK Fire Wolves.
Yeah. Anders has been doing well, right?
Mm-hmm.
Decently well.
The thing I like
3-2
about
also.
Anders is like, look at his offensive stats in terms of total kills. He's spreading the love.
To a lot of different mons. Yeah.
Exactly. Like his team has that kind of ability to switch out, come in, take a hit, do the same thing.
Yeah.
You know.
His team's been really good. 3-2 is a pretty good record. So.
Yeah, 3-2 is not bad at all in this kind of league.
Like he has good defense to position his offense.
Exactly.
Like Mamoswine hits hard, Inteleon can hit hard, Scizor can hit hard if you want to. Galarian Slowbro's a good defensive mon. Like Togekiss, Dragapult can break. So
you look at his team and it's like, if you wanted to switch something in, every single thing on his team except for Inteleon maybe can take a hit. Maybe Dragapult, depending on the hit, but
yeah, and also like his defense is enough. Like the core of Togekiss, Chansey, and not Skarmory, Scizor is really good. So overall, it's a good team. 3-2 is a good record. It could have easily been like 4-1. So I would probably rate this pretty high.
I agree. I think we rated it. This one I remember because it was the highest rated PTG team. It was at a B plus. I would keep it there, or even go to an A.
Let's keep it there because of 3-2.
Yeah, fair enough. Fair enough. I think the team looks really good.
Yeah.
And I really appreciate the bulk and offense that's on here. If you have Heliolisk on your team, you know I'm going to rate it high. So.
Yeah, Helios is your mon.
It's one of my favorite. Heliolisk and Dragapult. I'm literally talking about getting it. I'm trying to design a tattoo with both of those on there.
That would be really cool.
I'm going to do a sleeve, I think, of like reptilian mons.
Nice, nice.
But anyhow, let's move on to Vincent, aka Vinny, aka Crazy Fox.
Yeah.
And his Ottawa Superiors.
About Vincent, I feel like his performance actually like most accurately reflects our rating.
Yeah, I agree so. And he has dropped Empoleon. I don't know if you heard about the new transaction today, but he's exchanging Empoleon for Vaporeon,
Interesting.
which I think is going to help his team a lot.
True. I think it's 50-50 actually.
I think it's not. He really appreciated the competitive aspect of Empoleon, but
Yeah. I
at the
feel like
same
the
time,
yeah, it's true. I like employing how you can like bring it in and then start setting up hazards. But yeah, both mons do well.
he needs a cleric. Look at
Not
his team.
really,
Not really.
because it's just offense, right? Use that you like
Not
position
really.
your Medicham, Swords Dance, Mimikyu, Superior.
Lots of offense, I agree, but I think there's other things you can do with Mons like Superior and Mimikyu,
True, true.
depending
I
on the
guess it
matchup.
helps. But
I think so.
overall, I think the explanation we gave last time and his rating reflects that 2-3.
Yeah. You look at the way that his kills are stacked up too, and it's like almost exactly what you'd expect from this team, right? Like
Yeah,
Mega Meditam just killing things, everything else kind of supporting. We're looking at Turtonator with the second most kills, which is kind of weird, but
yeah.
that,
Turt is interesting.
that shows you how effective his really strong offense is. And I guess I'd say not that effective.
Yeah, I
I
think
think
it's
he's 2 and 3. Is that correct?
yeah 2-3, which like
Mm-hmm.
pretty much reflects the C plus C.
Yeah, nothing wrong with a 2-3. I think a 2-3-3-2 is almost interchangeable at this point.
Yeah, for sure.
But so yeah, you think what you're gonna keep him at something like a C, C plus?
Yeah, whatever we had him as last time, it was something around there, so should be
Yeah.
fine.
Again, I think another. I'd give him a C plus at this point. Maybe it's
Sure.
biased, but I think that this team can perform really well.
True, true.
So, if we keep moving on through the Galarian division here, we're going to take a look at Aaron and the Super Swamperts.
Arun,
Arun, Stolly Boy.
Arun. Arun is 4-1. His loss was to Bam, so
His first week to BAM. Yeah.
yeah, that was
Okay,
a
so
good
he's in the
battle.
three. He's in the 3 slot
Yeah, Arun's in the 3 slot, four and
for
one, which is
playoffs.
good.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely.
And his team has been doing well.
Mm-hmm.
Like I think he brought Choice Spec, Seismitoad, and slept someone, so
It must have been week 4. It looks like here when he got the. Oh no, that's
4
Zygarde.
kills. Yeah, like his team is good
Yeah,
and he's
that's
playing
right.
it well too.
Yeah. I think it has all the options it needs. I think this is one of those teams that you don't need to make a lot of transactions on.
Yeah, like I think Arun's Rain team is more about how you play it.
Agreed. Yeah,
And like
if you
Arun's
bring
been
the right
playing it
thing,
well.
if you bring the right things and play it well, you're gonna win. And if you don't, you're gonna get wrecked. But
Yeah, like Arun's been doing well with it.
definitely, and I think his differential is pretty good too. Even when he did lose, I think it was like a 2-0 or something pretty
Yeah, and it
narrow.
was to Bam, and Bam is 5-0, so that's fine.
Right. Can't feel too bad about that.
Yeah, I would do A or A minus.
I would go A.
Yeah,
I would go A on this team,
yeah, it's really good.
which is where we ranked him initially, I think. So
Yeah,
this is, I mean, this would be a borderline S to me. And I think originally you had this ranked S, but
yeah, I think it's A just because 4-1.
yeah, I think it's just A for sure.
Let's move on to the most interesting one. Oh no, this is Lucario's.
No, I know. See, I always do that too. The most interesting one. No,
Okay, Michael.
Michael.
Is he 05 or is he 14?
I think he's 05.
Yeah, he's 05.
I think he's the only 05. Oh no, him and Jake Reed
Yeah.
are the only 05s, I think.
We rated him pretty low from what I remember.
C minus or D, I believe. No, he was a D. He was D.
Yeah, he was the lowest tier.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like that performance has actually been reflected. Like that rating has actually been reflected.
Makes sense to me to some degree. Yeah.
Like I
Wait, did he? I'm feeling kind of out of place here, but did he not have Mega Charizard X? Or I'm sorry, Y?
I feel like he dropped it, which actually I don't know if it benefits him.
I thought he had Mega Charizard Y before.
He
yeah,
did.
he
I
did.
think
Okay.
he dropped it for something, but I
I
don't
don't know
think that
about that.
actually
Let's
changes
see.
much.
Yeah, he did drop it. He did drop it.
I guess a good thing about having Mecha T-Tar is you don't get pursuit trapped by, but like, whatever.
I think, as you've seen with Darius, or is it? Yeah, Darius. You can
Darius,
play
yeah.
Zard Y. You can do it, but he did miss the
Zard's pretty
draft
good. That's
for the most
true,
part.
yeah.
I think his team
I feel
actually
like
looked okay.
yeah, I feel like I'd keep him at the same spot.
Yeah, definitely a little bit of a cellar dweller here. And no offense to Michael, I'm sure he could be a really great player, but if you don't have the right team to make your style work, then it can be
Yeah.
detrimental.
Michael's doing well in the VGC draft, so I guess he has that going for him.
Yeah, and maybe he is a bit more of a VGC player. I'm seeing a lot of ice weakness on this team. I'm literally just looking at it right now. Yeah, there's a lot of just common weaknesses.
Yeah, like the cohesive. There's like not much cohesiveness within the team, but yeah.
Exactly. So yeah, if I had to re-rank it, I think I'd re-rank it in the exact same spot, lower rung,
Yeah.
lower bottom tier for sure.
Yeah. Let's move on to Alex.
So now we're looking at Alex.
Alex is 5-0, and we kind of rated him way too low. His team's good.
Yeah.
It's actually very good. I don't know what happened. I don't know why we rated low, but it's.
I had it pretty high. I'm pretty sure I had it like A tier. I'm pretty sure
I
before.
don't know why we dropped it. Like I feel like we went through like 5 different iterations of the rankings, and we like dropped them by 1 on like each of them for some reason.
If you look at it though, like just Mega Aggron or Shifu Sylveon, that's just an amazing 3-mon core right there. That's such a powerful 3-mon core. Yeah, and Tornadus.
Very good. Gligar's very good. Jellison's very good. Rotom's very good. Salamence, Salazzle has many. Salamence has many different roles. Salazzle's very good.
Yeah, Salamence is more versatile, and yeah, Salazzle can do some things for sure.
He's also 5-0. He's been really dominant, so we'd probably move him up to like S, A plus, whatever.
I'd move him up to A plus.
Yeah, A plus. Let's do that.
I'm not gonna just give him a 5-0 and say S or whatever. Even though we gave you the S, and we'll see how that went for you. But.
Yeah, let's.
But yeah, I'd give it an A plus. I think.
Yeah, it's a good team that was mistiered at first, so.
I think so too. I think Galarian Rapidash is the only thing. Even Galarian Rapidash.
Galarian Rapidash is good on his team. It's actually.
It's fast and it has the fairy typing that he needs. So yeah.
And it sets Swords Dance, so.
And Swords Dance, yeah, it's been set up good. So we take a look now at the Brooklyn Man types and Matthew Kendall. What do you think about his team?
Let's see. So he is also 1-4. His team has performed pretty much how I expected. Getting Latios did help him though.
Yeah, definitely.
You triple up on the psychic type, but it's fine. Latios is good.
You're only gonna be bringing like at least two of them a week. So
And Victini being psychic type doesn't really matter. Like it's supposed to deal damage, not take hits.
Exactly, it deals damage and it U-turns basically. So
yeah.
Otherwise, Latios does add to his bulk. Similarly, he has that really bulky team going.
Yeah, and also speed.
Yeah, the speed's good.
Yeah, so I think because of Latios, we'd probably move him up to like C.
Base C, flat C. Yeah. I'm hesitant almost. I think it's it's between a C and a C minus to me. It's really hard to define, but
true.
Because like you said, lots of common weaknesses with that triple psychic type.
That's fine though. I feel like it's his team is more prone to getting overwhelmed.
Exactly.
That's the biggest weakness, but it's fine. Latios definitely helps a lot with that. So.
Agreed. It has a better offensive output. Yeah. We'll see how the rest of the season goes for him. Victini's his offensive performer so far, it looks like.
It's been good.
Victini's always good, right?
Wait, has Victini been good? I just looked through. I just said randomly. Yeah, Victini's been good.
It's 5-5, kill death.
That's
so
reasonable.
Nothing crazy, but in terms of his differential, it's been really snagging the kills for him for the most part. In fact, I think it outpaces the rest of it. It's the rest of his team's kills tie Victini's kills solo. So
yeah, let's move on to the Unova division.
All right, that's the division that we are both in. And let's start off with Jamie, who I expected more of.
Me too. So Jamie is 1-4. His team is good, but I think he's just been losing, which is like reasonable. But yeah.
Yeah, he's had some close losses, right? No,
My game versus him was a 1-0, so
fair enough. Oh yeah, that's right. That was week 4 or week 5?
yeah. I think
No.
it was I think it was week 3.
Week 3. Oh, okay. It's not in here for some reason. Huh.
Or maybe not. I don't remember what week.
It might have been. No, it might have been. It's not logged in here, and he doesn't have any other 1-0s, so that must have been it. But
yeah,
I do remember watching that match. That was a very close match.
Yeah, I think he was in the lead for a long time, but then Venomoth brought it back, and then Zero Aura won.
Finished it. Yeah.
Yeah, but his team is good.
His team is really strong. Mega Lopunny, Mew, Slowbro, Swampert, Nidoqueen. That's a really strong front 5.
I think Alex's team is better than this, but yeah.
I agree. I think if I look at this team solo, I think we rated it an A to begin with, and I would be pretty hard pressed to stick by that. Maybe drop it just a tiny bit, but with his play,
straight to B.
I would say with his play, I'd drop it to B as well.
Yeah.
You got Mega Lopunny, which is close to the undisputed best Mon in Draft League Nat Dex. So
I think it's just
and Mew,
opinion, but it's best Mon in just singles.
Yeah, can't agree with that. But Mega Lopunny and Mew, that's a really, really crazy 1-2 punch there. You should be able to accomplish a lot with that core. So
yeah, let's move on to you.
That's me.
You're at 3-2, right?
Mm-hmm. I'm at 3-2. I think +4 or 5, +4 differential. I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm gonna toss it off to you and give me some thoughts on what you think's going on so far with my team.
So I actually played you week 5, and
right.
I realized their main offensive output comes from Aerodactyl, but Aerodactyl needs to set up to get that output.
Right. Absolutely correct.
So I was able to basically play position Melmetal well,
mm-hmm.
and then basically damage something. Eventually, I win the game.
Well, and you ran sub Melmetal, which
because I was like, you might bring some specific defensive stuff. So I was like, I'm not gonna go choice band.
Yeah. Well, I brought the eject pack Incineroar, and it just broke your sub, which was really annoying. So
yeah, stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
Overall, I think 3-2 is good. The team has a lot of good positioning stuff, and Aerodactyl is very good. So probably A-, A- should be.
I'd be willing to go even B or B+ on this at this point, to be honest. I think
go A-, B+, something like that.
I think Lapras has been really disappointing. I've wanted to bring it multiple weeks, but there's just so many things that hit it offensively that it's pointless.
Yeah, I think Lapras, you kind of just have to run choice specs and bring it in on the right thing.
Yeah, if you can outspeed something, sure. Otherwise, Pissimian, I think, was a really good threat in week 4. Everything else I'm really liking for the most part. So yeah,
it's definitely good.
Yeah, it's not bad. It's not bad at all. One of my better drafts so far. So happy with that. I'll go. I would give myself a B+. Let's settle on B+.
Okay.
All right.
Let's move on to Jake.
Take a look at Jake and the Chicago Scrafties. Jake has been trying to make some really aggressive free agency moves throughout the season.
Yeah. The Venusaur is definitely pretty nice.
Absolutely. I think that was a great pickup.
Synthesis doesn't synergize with Rain, it's still good.
Agreed, and I mean, you got things like Leech Seed and Sleep Powder and other, moves that you can tech on there, depending on your matchup. I think the fact that it had... when he played me, I think it was week 2 here, I could not believe he didn't bring Venusaur. Because Venusaur was just such a powerful matchup versus everything except Aerodactyl on my team.
Yeah, it walled a lot of your team.
It really, really did. In mocks, I think it destroyed. The thing about his team is there's just so many common weaknesses, and his mode is always Rain.
Yeah, I feel like he's not playing the Rain well. Like if it was someone else piloting it, they could have gotten a few wins. But
I think it could have gotten a few wins for sure.
yeah,
But at the
like
same time, it's just so one-dimensional.
that's true. But I think his one dimension's like actually good. It's just it hasn't been performing at all.
Yeah. I think we're pretty split on this one because I remember you rating him like A initially or something, and I rated him D initially.
Yeah, and then we slowly moved it down because initially I was just like, oh, you can try to break with Mantine, and then if you break like a Feral Thorn with Mantine, then Barraskewda's gonna clean, and then you have Celesteal, which is good in the rain. You can just Meteor Beam something. Scolipede is good. Regieleki needs to be checked. So I was
I
just like,
I
okay,
totally agree. I just think it's like, what six is he gonna bring? You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, he has to really play the rain well, which he hasn't been so far. So
mm-hmm. So if you had to re-rank it, where would you put it?
I think C minus because of play.
Yeah, I would rank this team as like maybe C to begin with. I think we did. I'm not sure. I think it was
I
maybe even D, but
I think it was D, but
D.
yeah.
I'd put it as C minus.
Yeah, that should be fair.
So we're going to take a look at Kasem and the San Diego Wingles
Yeah.
next.
So, Kasim or Kasem?
I think
I
it's
don't know how to
Kasem.
pronounce. Oh, Kasem. So,
I got some flack on my last video for it, so.
okay, Kasem. So basically, he is 6-0. I do want to say he's 6-0 because he beat me in week 6.
Mm-hmm.
His team is good. I think we rated him pretty high, and against me, he
We did
prepped
not
better
rate
and
him
he
very
played well.
high.
We did, right? I think he was B plus.
I think it was either B minus or C.
Wait, really?
I'm pretty sure he was in somewhere in the C tier,
I thought
actually.
that was our original rating. Like,
No, I don't think so, because I again remember getting flack about this too.
oh, okay. Yeah,
I
this
think he
team's
was
good.
somewhere in the C tier.
Interesting, because this team's good.
It's really good.
Yeah. Like, I was preparing for it. I think I prepared decent, but, like, he prepared for me better, so. And he played better. But,
You
yeah.
just look at Lele and Rillaboom sitting there, and it's like, why did we ever rate him C? You know?
Yeah. Lele Rillaboom puts on a lot of pressure. Mega Manetric's actually really good for momentum.
Agreed. Agreed.
Like, and then Dracovish is just, like, I don't even want to talk about it. Like, I don't even know why I let Slowking. Like, I let Slowking on him, and then I did the calc, right? Fish just Ren does up to 99%, but then Crunch kills. So I was just praying you go for Crunch. And I switched into Greninja. He went for Fish's Ren, just died. So.
And just KO'd. Yeah.
Yeah, I was just like, but Vish is really good. His team's just good. He also like used Claydol really well versus me.
He brought Claydol. Did he bring Mandibuzz versus you?
No, I don't think Mandibuzz was that good versus me, anyways.
Yeah. Okay. Fair enough. He's only brought Mandibuzz 2 weeks. Okay, that's kind of cool.
His team was good. Like his team was good and he played well. So yeah.
Yeah. So if you had to re-rate this team, what would you think?
Give him A plus because he's 6-0.
I'm gonna say A plus to S here.
Yeah.
It's
sure.
very close. It's on the echelon. And I feel like on re-ranking, I'm not gonna rate anyone S anymore.
Yeah.
So. I think this is probably the highest ranked team in my opinion.
I know. I think Alex is better actually.
You like Alex's better?
Yeah, for sure. But yeah.
I could see that. Yeah, I could see that. I'm not 100% sold, but I think they're very close.
Yeah. Also, they both have been playing well, so.
Awesome. You love to see it, though. I mean.
Yeah. Let's move on to Steve Wendy.
Steve Wendy started off strong versus me. Really wish I could take that battle back because it would really help out my. I'd be a lot better off in playoff standings.
Yeah. He's the Kaiser Kingdra, right?
Yeah.
So he is 2 and 3.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, what do I? Oh, wait, he's the guy that I played in semis at one point.
Yes. Yeah, back in the DLC in the RU and Under League. Yeah.
Yeah, I just remember him setting up Nasty Plot and then like critting my Milotic and then getting the quick draw on something else.
The quick draw. He went with the quick draw. Yeah, strat
like,
that time.
Half my mons too, and I kind of had to do some weird stuff, but yeah. That aside, his team is good. I think it's just hasn't been performing completely yet.
I think it's the play, and I think I'm noticing this in my in the Finchinator league that we're in. My team, it's kind of reminiscent of this to some degree, where there's a lot of really strong defensive mons, but it loses you momentum a lot of the time.
Yeah, but I think his defensive mons are actually nice. It's just he hasn't been using it properly yet. Like
I think that's fair.
like Clefable's a good defensive mon for sure. You can't just take advantage of Clefable unless you have like Melmetal, but that's different.
Yeah, which you do have.
Yeah, but like even Melmetal, he can find ways around it, like Life Orb Flamethrower.
Did you play him yet?
No,
No. Wow. Okay.
yeah,
Watch out, Steve. Steve.
Melmetal.
Yeah.
Uh,
Otherwise, I mean, yeah, Serena caught me by surprise her first game. Like, it came down to the end game, and then he was AV Serena, and it just lived more hits than I wanted it to. But
yeah, his team is good. I think it's just the performance hasn't been up there. So
I
where
think
would
his
you rate
team
him
is
right now?
very strong. I would go with like a B minus to C plus. B minus, I
Yeah,
think, would be fair.
yeah, B minus seems good.
Yeah.
Next one is Jonathan, right?
Yeah. Provo Mudkips.
So the other one that I think we gave him a proper rating.
Yeah, kind of like Vincent, right?
Yeah, I think his team suffers the same problem as Vincent's.
Which is,
The ability to get overwhelmed.
yeah.
Like,
I
I think
mean, it
I
has some
played
really
him.
good setup options.
Yeah, but still, like, the ability to get overwhelmed is pretty high. I think if I didn't like when I prepped for him, I prepped pretty quick, right? So I like completely forgot Wheezing Galarian existed, but if I knew that existed, it would have been so much easier. So
Yeah, what week did you play him?
it was either I think it was two. No, it wasn't even two. It may be
Must have been
four. I
one
don't
then.
remember.
Oh, one or four, I guess, huh?
Yeah, I think it's four, right? Because I remember Meloetta getting 2 kills. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I actually really like his team. I think his team is pretty strong. The speed tiers are not where they should be. I think he could have a higher speed clip for his
If he
team.
if he had like Zera Aura on the team, it'd be nice. But
Right.
it's just prone to getting overwhelmed.
Yeah. Fair enough. He's got offensive output, but again, you look at like his pivoting options. It's like Manaphy, Meloetta, things that are gonna want to sit. Articuno, things that are gonna want to sit there. Minus
Yeah.
Infernape for the most part. So
Like
yeah,
Articuno's is just like really good pivot next to Ape, but otherwise like yeah.
Ape's the best pivot, but yeah, everything else it's like yeah, I'm trying to wish past you with Licky Licky, and things, and you have Shuffle in to do setup hazards and stuff like that. But
Yeah.
it just you can come in on it from turn one and kind of play your own game. I
Yeah,
think
you
versus
can
it.
abuse Shuckle really hard in draft.
Agreed.
Like
Agreed.
you have Toxic, you have Substitute, you have Taunt,
Mm-hmm.
and stuff like that. So I think he's 1 and 4, and I think we rated him like C minus. I'd keep it.
Yeah, I'd keep it C minus. I think too,
Yeah.
right around there.
Now it's Daniel.
All right, Danny boy.
Fun fact: I played Daniel week 1 in this league. I also played him week 1 in the other league with Finch. So
Yeah, I know you did. That's funny. We were talking about that too. Um,
yeah,
I played him
he's.
week two, and I was so glad that he decided to choke.
Oh, did he choke it?
Oh, he choked week two so hard. He had the win in
Oh,
hand.
unfortunate, unfortunate.
Yeah,
Um, about his team, he's 2 and 3, but I think his team's actually really good.
I agree. I think people like nobody ever drafts Ice Cube, right?
Yeah,
But
the
Daniel
Penguin's good.
always drafts Ice Cube.
Yeah, the Penguin's good.
Penguin is better than expected.
Yeah. Also, his like team overall is really good. Like you have Nihilego, which deals a lot of damage. Moltres is a really good defensive one with all that.
Mm-hmm.
Keldio's really good. Blacephalon's good. But that's kind of meh, but still okay. So yeah, I think
And I think
with
even
his
Keldeo, you look down there at the bottom at his Keldeo, like
yeah,
that's an amazing buy for him.
yeah. I think in terms of play, he's been trying to go with the sticky web route, which hasn't been completely working. If he goes for like abuse this defensive mon route, then he'd do better.
Yeah. In terms of what playing the Diancie and the Moltres and the Nihilego, right?
Yeah, that kind of stuff, right? Like say the opponent has like Skarmory, right? Then he has like a really offensive Moltres or even Nihilego. You can just bring the Nihilego in and like abuse the Skarmory.
Yeah.
Like stuff like that, or like Blacephalon. So if he plays like that, I think his team will do better. But I think because he's 2 and 3, would probably give him like flat B.
Yeah, I'd probably give him about a flat B.
Yeah,
I think that's fair.
yeah, because of play.
Yeah, he's played well. I think he deserved to win versus me, so he could easily be 3-2.
Yeah, for sure.
So yeah, give him a B, and we'll move on to the Mega All Stars, which have been taken over by from Austin and the Beware These Nuts. Look at this.
Wait, has he played a game yet?
Mm,
Like
I don't.
before week 5?
Oh no, not before week 5. No.
Okay, so we can just rate this as it's Austin.
Yeah. Oh no, I'm sorry. He played week 5. I'm pretty sure.
Okay, did he
Before that, I'm
win?
not sure. It looks like
No, he
he.
did not win. Actually, he
I
did
don't
win.
know.
Yeah.
I think he did win.
Okay. The team is good. Like, it's really good.
The team is really good. This is the team I'm playing week 6. So
Yeah. Actually, is it as good as I thought though? Hmm.
the
Yeah, it's
the
good.
top like 4, and then you look down at Toxapex and Corsola and Dormanitan. It's pretty good.
Yeah.
When you look back at things, I mean, Poltegeist in the right role can be okay. Eldegoss, Araquanid,
Oh, Eldegoss is good.
Yeah, defensively.
Yeah, Arachnid is fine too. But yeah, I think overall, we gave him like an A. Let's move him down to like B plus.
I'm hard pressed. I would almost stick with A or A minus even.
But like 2, 3.
2-3.
Yeah,
Not the same captain necessarily, but
that's true. If we were rating Austin, we'd probably give him B. But this guy, Christian played it well. So
I don't know.
let's do B plus A minus for now.
Yeah, I think somewhere right in there is fine. Megazord X, Lando, Blissey, man, like that's and
Yeah,
Toxapex, that's so scary.
yeah. Like Lander's T can abuse so many things. Like it can abuse Skarmory too.
Yeah, I mean, you could even double dance if you really wanted. You could go
Yeah,
special. Who cares?
yeah.
Combine special, it happens.
Yeah. Let's move on to
You're the last one.
Am I the last one? Oh, I am. Oh, nice,
You
nice.
you are. You're
So, I am 5-1. I lost to
Kasem.
Kasem, right? So the team, what I realized is that so basically when I drafted it, I was like Gliscor's like solves a lot of problems, but the problem is Gliscor itself is kind of whatever.
Kind of one dimensional in draft.
Not one dimensional. It has like so many different dimensions, right? But Gliscor is so easy to be abused. Because the problem is that it has a 4 times weakness, but Gliscor itself actually needs to set up to be really offensive. So
Absolutely. I mean, you have to set a sword stance if you're going to be
yeah,
putting out max damage. But
yeah. Like if I'm trying to play Gliscor in OU, right? And I like see it on my opponent's side, right? It's like really dangerous. But in draft, it's not that difficult to prep for. So yeah, I
yeah,
ended
I
up dropping
mean,
Gliscor for Hippowdon,
hmm
which I think Hippowdon's a lot better.
defensively, I think you're gonna really enjoy that.
Yeah,
Um,
because a Hippowdon can come in like on something, get up rocks for free, but also you can run Adam and get a lot of damage off, so it's good.
I'll be interested to see how that works out for you. I really love Gliscor.
I actually
You
don't
know,
like it at all. I have it in the other draft and I actually want to drop it, so
really. Well,
don't like
well,
it at all.
feel free to send it my way. You can have Quagsire.
Oh yeah, definitely not.
I
Quagsire is like 10 times worse.
don't know why. I just needed a ground type. Ugh. Yeah.
Quagsire is fine though, actually. As a low
Eh,
tier, that's weak to 4 times grass is okay.
yeah.
But
It's all
yeah, I
right.
think 5-1 is actually still pretty good. I think barring Gliscor, the team's actually good. I haven't been able to use Melmetal well. I don't know why, but I used it well in week 5. It got me 6 kills.
Don't make me come through the screen right now.
Oh wait, are you on this screen?
No, I'm saying who did it get 6 kills versus?
Oh yeah, you.
Yeah,
Wait, Melmetal's so good.
it is. It's really good.
So is Venomoth, but yeah, I think
Your team synergy is really good. So I think if
yeah,
you continue to use it well, with Hippowdon on there, it'll do really well.
yeah. Let's I'll probably rate it A just because Gliscor is bad.
Yeah. Well, if we want to look at it with Gliscor, yeah, A plus, somewhere in there, I
Yeah.
think.
Wait, because I literally needed an electric immunity, right? And then my electric immunity was going to be Zera Aura into the Mega Manetric guy.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's Gliscor is just like, I can't. Like,
Like, did he? What did he bring? HBIs?
like I didn't bring
Duh.
Gliscor, so he didn't click HPIs. But like if he clicks HPIs, like,
It's
he's gonna
over.
do like 60% at
Yeah.
least.
He's gonna 2-ko you, so you can't switch in.
Yeah, which is like that's not very good.
That's not very good. Yeah, and I
Yeah,
mean, he has things like flamethrower and overheat for your metal, so yeah,
yeah.
that'd be
Well,
problematic.
because the thing, like, if I had Hippowdon there, right, I can EV Hippowdon so it doesn't get two shot by HPIs.
Yeah, especially with lefties.
Yeah, and then if he runs Modest, then Greninja's gonna outspeed. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah, like stuff
Mm-hmm.
like that, right? But yeah, because so basically when I drafted, I thought Gliscor was really good, and Gliscor filled a lot of different roles, but Gliscor is just bad, and it made the team slightly eh. So
It's just bad.
Gliscor is just bad.
Don't
Altaria is
listen to this
very good.
man. Don't listen to this man.
Yeah. I do want to say Altaria is very good if you make the right set. I think at least in 3 weeks I ran agility and it's actually really good. Like week one I had agility, but then I was like pretty slow, right? So in Trick Room I can actually outspeed everything. So my plan was either I get the agility off or I sweep with Altaria in Trick Room, and Altaria swept in Trick Room. So
That's silly.
yeah, I feel like
I have
so
Altaria in Finch League and not loving it.
you just have to like you have to get like the very perfect set on it.
Yeah, I almost ran Firespin Parasong this week, but couldn't find the room for it versus my opponent's team, so I didn't
Yeah.
even bring my Mega.
I see, I see. So because of all that, I'd probably just rate this as an A, just
Uh,
because performance has been good, but it's probably like an A minus team.
I'd give it like a flat A.
Yeah,
Melmetal, Zera, Altaria. I mean, it's a good team. There's no doubt
yeah.
about it. You know.
Also, like I made two transactions. If you guys saw it, Talonflame and Hitmonlee, those are very, very good.
Yeah, Quilladin for Hitmonlee, or yeah, Talonflame for Infernape and Hitmonlee for Quilladin is a really
That was
good
so
trade.
good.
Those were all
Cause
upgrades. That's straight upgrade.
yeah,
Infernape
like Hip,
Talonflame is just a different, but
yeah, Hitmonlee basically fills the same role that I wanted Infernape to fill, but Hitmonlee deals more damage than Infernape, so
yeah, and I think its abilities can be more useful
yeah. And
a
then
lot of the time.
Talonflame is just like very good for the team. So I feel like A would be fine just because of performance, but the team's an A minus because Gliscor is bad, and I thought it was good.
Oh,
uh,
never disagree more. I'm just kidding. No, I've never used Gliscor in a draft, so.
yeah, Gliscor's so good in OU, but then like when you can use it in OU, but in draft it was just unfortunate.
Well, you look at your team and it's like ice is pretty good against it, but at the same time you have a lot of resist, so I
Yeah,
don't know.
Melmetal, and Cryogonal.
And Miltank with thick fat,
Yeah,
and
so I
Greninja,
mean,
and Slowking, and
Gren doesn't count as an ice resist.
yeah, it's too frail, but
Yeah, Gren is very good. I just haven't been using it well. Like, so I've been trying to run Expert Belt every time. I should be running Choice Specs.
yeah,
But
you
Choice
should.
Specs Gren is the best Gren.
Yeah, even if you have a physical attack on there, you should always be running specs.
Yeah, it should always be Specs, two attacks, maybe Spikes, U-turn. You don't even need U-turn, but yeah.
Could use you. Yeah,
Yeah, so overall, A
I'd say
for
A.
performance.
So that gives you a little bit of an update. Let's just take a look at the standings really quickly here,
Yeah,
really quickly. So you take a look at the Unova standings, which is our division. Like we said, you've got Kasem top. You are now 5-1 after your battle with
yeah.
Kasem. Nevada Caterpies, I beat. That's their one loss, but I am down here at 4.
So I'm either 2 or 3.
So you're looking, yeah, he hasn't played yet, so not
Yeah,
sure on that. He'll play Sunday. Daniel, look at this. Daniel, so Christian, this is an important week for me because I'm looking here at Christian and he's right below me basically.
yeah. So there's
Uh,
that.
and Steve Wendy, I don't think he's going to quite catch up on differential. And then you kind of got the rest down here, but
Yeah. Actually, anyone can catch up on differential here. It's singles, not doubles, so
yeah, exactly. I mean, yeah, it's you get a sweep and it's a totally different game. So
yeah. And then for Jamie and like everyone below, you're
yeah,
gonna have a dream comeback.
it's halfway through the season, so yeah, you would have to be either 4-1 or 5-0 at this point. It seems like.
Yeah. I think 5-0 is what you need.
Yeah, for a 1-4 team.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, that's fair. And then we look over at the whatever East Galler division. You got Alex up here and Bam right below him. 2 points separating them in differential.
Yeah, both of them have been doing well. Arun is 3, and then there's a tie for fourth and fifth, basically.
Yeah, in terms of record, yeah, and it's 1 point differential, so that's very, very close.
Yeah,
And then you got a few more lower dwelling teams here. I'm surprised to see, but it is the way it is.
yeah. The bottom four really have to pull through if they want to get through.
I mean, you look at the drop off between 6 and 7, and that's a scary differential to overcome because that's 2 games differential, basically, I would
Yeah,
say.
for sure.
So I think Vincent and Up have a chance.
Vincent has a chance. If he wins all 5, he's like pretty set.
Oh, if he wins all 5, absolutely. But it's going to be hard for something like that to happen, I think, in this kind
Yeah,
of league.
Vincent made the finals last time, so
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I know. He beat me in semis.
yeah, he beat you in quarters.
Or
Then
quarters, that's what it was.
then he beat Cha in semis because Cha beat Matt.
Chaw beat Matt.
Yeah,
Matt versus Matt.
yeah, and then
That's when
last phase
Matt quit.
for a while, yeah, and then he still hasn't come back. But Matt's very good.
Absolutely.
Like Matt would roast like most people in this league. So
Yeah. I mean, not sure he's ever beat me in. Oh no, he did beat me in one league. He beat me in that season actually, but I beat him in
yeah,
semis
you
that
beat
one
him in
year,
semis there, right? And then I beat Steve Wendy.
and then you beat me.
Yeah, I think I still remember. I think game one was super close, and then game two was like very straightforward.
It was no. Game two was pretty close too. It was that hit on top that really effed me over.
No, game one was the hit on top at the end,
Oh,
and then game two, I think I got a lot of momentum with some full paras on glare, and then last light
oh,
clinch.
fair enough. Yeah. That's right.
Because I brought that into finals thinking if I get the luck, then I can tilt you. So
I totally just thought you were gonna bring Luxray. Like Vincent mocked with me, and he brought Luxray, so that
oh, I
screwed me.
originally had Luxray, but I thought Sandaconda would do so much better there. So afterwards,
And so it did.
yeah.
But anyhow, well, I hope you guys really enjoyed this update. Thanks for joining me, Neil. It's always a pleasure to have you on, man. Your analysis is so concise. I appreciate it.
Thank you, thank you.
Yeah, man. All right. Well, good luck the rest of the season to everyone. Thank you so much for joining the league, guys. We'll catch you next time. What do you think, Neil? Any last words?
Not much. We'll catch you next time at the end of the season for like before playoffs, and then right after playoffs.
Perfect. All right, guys. Best of battles. Peace out.
But